Let's get into this conversation, man.
Let's go.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? You know what time it is?
Yes, sir.
Yo. You know how we do all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. A little more somber today.
You said what?
A little somber today.
Yeah, man. You said what?
A little somber.
What the hell is that?
A little saddened.
Wow.
This week was a little interesting. We'll get to it when we talk about our week.
Oh yeah, let's get it, man. You already know the 1% Better Show. This is episode 18. We going into we said we wasn't gonna do it, but we doing it.
Doing it?
Yeah, because this is 18, and it's gonna be 18. It's 18.
Okay.
Because last one wasn't 16. I titled it that for some reason, but
okay, but it was 17.
Yeah. So this is episode 18. We have way more than 18 episodes, guys, but whatever. Who cares? Nobody counting.
It's practice.
Yeah, we just trying to practice. We trying to get here. But yeah, the goal is to create this community of people who come here and just listen to us and just us chat, man. 1% Better Show is a show that we talk to men about men problems and what's going on in the community that that we gotta face. But yeah, we are here, Mr. J Hill. I am in the building.
Alexander Blanc, I am here.
Yes, he's here. For all the people that do support us so far, thank you. For all the new and returning subscribers, we want to thank you. But if you want to support more, all you got to do is donate to the links down bottom. We got PayPal, we got Zelle, and we got Cash App. All of your donations are they are definitely appreciated. And if you donate, you leave a comment or some type of note, we will shout you out for your donation. We appreciate you. But with that being said, let's get into the show.
Yes, sir.
Alex, how was your week, brother?
Let's start with you, D. We always start with me. How was your week?
Okay, a little slow. I got back from oh, wow. Oh. My week was cool, but I guess the week before that, I went to Costa Rica.
Oh yeah.
Did we talk about that?
No, because you just came
Costa Rica was Costa Rica was cool. I had a lot of fun in Costa Rica. The highlight of my trip, right, was it was 35 people that went. Listen to this. Shout out to the guys out there, bro.
Okay.
Because I know people who can't plan a trip for 10 people and 3 people, 10. Y'all get the bickering and stuff.
5.
Bro,
what you mean?
Listen to what I'm saying. It was 35 people out there. The building we stayed in, I don't even want to call it a Airbnb, a mansion, whatever. It was huge. It had enough rooms for all of us to have our own room, and some of us had double beds in our rooms. But nobody shared a room. Mm-hmm. It was incredible. Yo,
so was it like a villa?
I guess it was huge. I don't know what it was. Okay. Whatever, it was huge. That's the verb we put on it. Very huge. So let me tell you about this. It was 35 of us, bro. And so when I first found out about the trip, I wasn't going to go because I had to host, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on. My birthday is around the corner, and I'm like, man, I got to work.
Happy early birthday.
But thank you. But, Tim is my line brother, and I've been trying to be more intentional in the season of, like, just friends and family. So I'm like, yo, nah, it's for Tim, and, I can always work. I'll get that money back. I'll make it work. But he only get one of these bachelor parties, right? Hopefully, right? God having it, God willing. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to be there for my brother. So I paid for the trip and everything. A few days prior, I found out it's like 35 people going. And at that moment, I'm like, yo, hell no, I'm pissed. Like, it's no way. And then I found out that it's 3 people celebrating. So technically, I could have missed it, and he probably wouldn't have
even noticed.
He wouldn't even miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? The party would have still been going. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? I found out there's 3 people celebrating that bachelor's. So it's wow. Jamar, Reggie, and Tim, right? Congratulations to all my guys. So
that's smart.
Yeah, I'm like, cool. So I go out there. It's 35 of us, bro. And when I tell you, like, some of that, it's not just all college friends. Yeah, like, most of us know each other from college, but they have their friends from back home. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm trying to say? So, like, the group was so, like, the group had so much chemistry together, and it was a lot of our times first meeting each other. Wow. Like, you had some
diverse group.
Bro, it was so fire, bro. You had some of Tim friends hanging with, like, Reggie friends, and, like, some of Reggie and Jamal friends hanging with, like, sometimes we would just walk down the street or just mob and go get some food or something. And like separate friend groups, but like together. And you would think we was friends. You get what I'm trying to say? Bro, when I say that was probably one of the best experiences I've had because of that, and I'm not just trying to be like, like soft, or I don't know the word for it, but I'm not trying to just be no way, right? I mean this when I said it, because we were taking shots, and we was like, yo, what's your highlight of the trip? And I'm like, yo, it's really that. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
But that is rare, bro. You hear people talking about, not trying to pin it against any sexist stuff, but like girls trips and things of that nature, where it's like you go to the trips and they don't come back friends, or you go and there's people bickering about the slightest things, or there's an argument and things of that nature. And so to hear with 35, and I'm talking about this is like 4 people that normally be going.
Bro, 35, it wasn't no arguments. Like, we ain't have no issues with who is going to stay here, or we're going to eat this, or nothing.
But you know what that is, though? That boils down to like people understanding their roles and understanding why they're there. And like, I think a lot of times what ends up happening, and I'm not too keen on the information there, but I think everybody understood the mission is like, we're celebrating these 3 gentlemen, and whatever people might have felt some type of way, but it's like, I'm not going to let how I feel about a particular situation or anything get in the way of the celebration that we're here for overall. And that's very selfless. And that's, I think, what people need to put into perspective when they're going to celebrate other people, because we see this a lot. Like, there's certain situations where, like, somebody's having a celebration and other people just make it about themselves. Yeah. Because people can't see past their nose. So I'm happy that you had that moment.
And I do want to speak on this one point, though. I came back home, and 2 people said, I wouldn't have said this if 2 people brought this up. First, Janae was like, yo, y'all was having mad fun out there. Like, y'all was real discreet. I'm like, huh? And then somebody else was like, y'all must have had too much fun. Y'all wasn't posting nothing. And I'm like, bro, like, when has been the standard of like fun or what we doing that we got to post everything? Because honestly and truly, bro, we were having I know I wasn't on my phone because I was genuinely having fun. It wasn't nothing secretive going on. No, it was nothing like that. Like, niggas was like, a lot of times niggas probably in the back by the pool smoking and just rapping, right? Eating ATV all day, like, it's not on their phone. So I noticed that, like, when I came back, and it's like, yo, like, I'm surprised because you ain't been on your phone. And I'm like, bro, it genuinely was just a good ass time. It's working out. It's like, bro, it was, we going on runs together. Like, literally, bro, like, this is in a gym. Like, this is, like, of course we turned up at the club and shit like that, but even then it's just like, bro, it was fun. I think I put my phone on like one time to record the moment, and I think I forcefully did it because the DJ was so good. Like, the DJ was so good at this one spot. It was called Ecstasy or something like that. XTC, like the DJ, it was like shockingly good. I'm like, what the hell?
He was mixing black music?
Yeah. What? Bobby Smurda, Roddy Rebel, like everything, bro. He was playing everything. It's like he knew he had us in the building. Sexy Red, like he was wilding. Like, it was so lit, bro.
That reminded me of this one club in Mexico, Cancun, La Vaquita. That he be mixing like that too, yeah.
Bro, yeah. So like, and then like, it was like we was doing so much. We was on a yacht, like we was on a boat, right? Like, it's not on that phone on the boat. We out in the middle of the ocean. So like, the fact that I came home and it was like a couple people that made mention of not posting, synonymous with fun or doing something like sneaky or something, or like discreet, because that's what I get from it. I'm like, damn, like that's the world that we live in. Like, you can't have fun in the absence of your phone without people thinking that it's something than what it's not. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
That's true, bro. Like, again, it's like what you got to hide. But that just also speaks to people feeling that entitled to your life and your enjoyment. So it's just like, I got to go on a trip and show you how I'm living, because people want to live vicariously through you. Yeah. So it's just like, now you're preventing that access. But that's because of the world that we created, where so many people are like, look at me and look at how much fun I'm having. When in reality, the people that post the most on their vacation probably not even having that much fun.
Yo, you know what's funny, man? I do want to before we get into the conversation, that reminds me of like this streaming world that we going in, and I feel like we're about to be literally living in a simulated environment or a simulated world, because think about it like this: everything is live streamed now. Like, it went from vlogging and things to live stream, and live streaming to like at your computer behind your desk to like IRL, like in real life type stuff, right? Think about it like this: there's gonna be points in time where everybody is streaming. I meet a person, but I don't really meet him in the physical. And what I mean by is, I meet him in the physical, I shake his hand and everything, but I'm so worried about my stream and what's going on around me that I overlook me actually meeting this person until I watch it back on video or YouTube. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I met that person, or I didn't even know he had that on. Look how crazy that's going to be. Like, it's going to be a worldwide where everything is just streaming. Everything is on the internet. We ain't gonna have no privacy. You ain't gonna be able to, it's going to be crazy, bro. Like, just think about that world. Can you imagine that world?
It's kind of scary, actually, when you put it in perspective like that. And we see it with like Kai a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that streaming university thing, it went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they went crazy with streaming university. And shout out to him because he gave a lot of opportunities to like the streamers, a lot of streamers that people didn't know. But it is a little bit fearful because I saw something like where he was at the AMAs, and I think it was, I don't remember which, it was a country star that came up to him.
Shabuzi?
No. This was a white country star, and he came up to him and he was just like, I don't even know who this is. You know what I'm saying? Like but it's kind of like, hey, what's up? Because you're on camera, so you kind of have to like, how are you doing? You're engaged in having that conversation. And after he looks at the camera and he's like, chat, who is that? Like, I don't even know who that was. So now they're telling you who you just had an encounter with. And it's crazy because if that were to happen off camera, so it's twofold, right? If that was to happen off camera, you probably would never know. You could potentially walk by and never know that you ran across this said person. But on the other side, it's just like you are now consistently in a place of performance.
Yeah. And think about that battery that it puts in people back. Because guess what? Now the normal interaction that we would have off camera, it gets intensified by the camera. So we all know people are performing when it comes to cameras. So let's say if I meet you in person without cameras, I'm like, yo, where I know you from, right? You might be like, oh, I'm this person, da da da. But now we add the camera component to it, and you're like, yo, where I know you from? Are you trying to play me? You get what I'm saying? Because now the cameras, they're like, you trying to play in my face? Like, you know who I am. Like, but it's not. It's really, I really don't know who you are.
Right.
But now it becomes a performative metric because it's like now you trying to play me in front of your audience. Well, that's not really the case. I genuinely don't know who you are. I used to get like in trouble like that at school. I used to say something. I used to mean it. I used to say something to my teacher. The class laughed. Now the teacher think I'm trying to be funny. It's like, bro, like I'm dead ass. Like, goddamn.
If that's one thing you hate, because we be doing that to you. You be like, bro, I'd be so serious, and I'd be.
But that play effect on how somebody receive the message.
Tone and delivery, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say if I say something, there's no audience, they probably be like, oh, nah, they might think it's weird. Like, they might not understand the tone of delivery, but they might still respond. You add an audience to it, now they laugh, and now they think I'm trying to make fun of them. It's like, no, that's not the case. I'm not trying to do that.
That's an interesting perspective, though, because that happens a lot in life. And, like, you see people putting a battery in a lot of people's back.
Yes.
And it forces like, we can talk about it with hip-hop. Like, we create beefs.
Yes, the fans, bro.
Like, a lot of times.
The
comments. Look, we were talking about Jess and Lauren a few weeks ago. It's just like, bro, they was cool until people start getting in the comments and start comparing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we create the discourse and people have to live with the consequences.
100%.
Unfortunate. Dang.
100%.
Yeah, bro. But I'm happy that y'all had a great trip in Costa Rica. I'm happy that y'all.
One of the best trips I had.
Do you feel rested?
I felt great, bro. I felt like just some of the, like I was talking to one of the guys that I grew up with, right? And I didn't even know. Bro, we literally damn near grew up together. Like not like in the hood, but like playing football. Like he played with Johnny Howard. I played for Mount Royal. This is the first football team I ever played for. Mm-hmm. First football team he played for. I went on. I told my ACL I couldn't play for Mount Royal. Johnny and Mount Royal had merged together. I remember when he was on that team. Fast forward, he went to Poly. I remember when he went to Poly. I remember my last game playing on JV. We played against Poly, and I remember seeing him on the field. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember him going to Coppin, right? Like, I remember...
he's on this trip.
Yes, and we're talking. And he's like, yeah, I remember when you used to throw parties, you had the dreads. I'm like, this nigga... Because everybody always want to, like... Given the position I'm in right now, everybody want to be like, yeah, I know Jay. You know what I'm trying to say? But, like, as we talking, I'm like, nah. He really one of the ones. Yeah. Like, he really, like... If he wanted to be like, I knew that before, he could say that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we having these conversations, I'm like, oh, wow.
We're going to have to put a side-by-side, you and the locks, because I still don't believe.
My was long, too. Like,
what made you cut it?
When I turned 21, I was like, I want to be, that's when I changed my name and everything. I wanted to be grown. So, like, that was the day I wanted to become a man. Like, I think my name on Twitter was like, hell yeah, right, I'm J Hill, right? Everything was just like, you know, and then when I came 21, I'm like, nah, I'm going to be Mr. J Hill. Like, I'm a grown man. I'm going to cut my locks off. I'm going to have the shortcut, and I'm going to just go grown Rico Suave.
That was it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, 21. Yes, sir.
Would you ever grow your locks back?
Probably not.
Not at this point.
Nah. My hair was long as hell, though.
Was it really?
Bro, my hair was like right here, bro. For real.
I don't believe you.
I probably could pull up a picture. Like, it really was like right here. Like, as long as hell.
How long were you growing? Anyways, that's another conversation.
Since I just had dreads for a long time. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I seen a picture, but I don't feel like I seen a picture.
Yeah.
So you were playing football with locks?
Yeah.
At McDaniels?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, bro, my hair was.
So
long
then you
as
would have the
the profile.
yeah.
Yeah, all that I do. Man, you can go to Facebook, man. Yo, y'all don't go to my Facebook, bro. Don't even do it, bro.
So-
Facebook is disgusting.
When you were running track, all of that. So hold up.
Mhm.
Oh no. But by the time you say when you crossed, you were
No, by the time I got to college,
you cut him
I cut my dreads. Yeah,
to Morgan.
yeah. When I went to Morgan, I cut my dreads. I'm pretty sure I can. I don't have to go that far. I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Bro, I had Look, when high school, when I went to prom, I had dreads.
Locks.
Yeah, it was dreads, man. Look,
That's crazy.
yeah,
On the field and everything. That's
yeah.
that's
my shit-
actually crazy. That joint is down to your butt.
Yeah, bro, my hair was long as hell.
Crazy. I can't envision it.
Yeah, in high school, like all that, bro. My hair was long as hell. Yeah,
Jay Hill with the locks.
yeah. Had the dreads. Why you call them locks, bro? Why you want to like?
It's like a cultural thing.
This is high school. Just before college, yeah. Yes, sir.
Nah, we're gonna have to put that side by side. We gotta send that to our editor.
I had the long
We
dread,
did.
the long
Listen,
locks.
Nick,
Yeah,
when you
man.
see this, I know you can find it. Jay not gonna post it though, but
Nah, you know Nick could do that. Nick play too much. Nick always want to do
yeah.
some funny shit. But yeah, man. Yeah,
Right.
Costa Rica was a great time, bro.
That's good.
It was a
man.
great time, man. Kicking it with people like just friends, just good people, man. Good energy. Like it wasn't nobody that was like tight with money. Like we all was just in, like bottles when we ran out was getting like it was fun, bro.
That's a good thing though too. When everybody understands, like I said, everybody understood the mission, bro. Because it's
Mhm.
like, all right, bro, just whatever you gotta do. That's send me on those trips, all
Yeah,
right?
Nah, facts.
Invite me to
Facts.
those trips.
One of my best trips, bro. And it, again, though, it wasn't like we did nothing extravagant. It just because of the people that was there. And I'm pretty sure if you ask, I'm not gonna say all, but 90%, I'm pretty sure all would say the same thing. Like we all was on the same thing.
One thing that you didn't mention though,
What? Uh-oh.
these niggas.
What?
These niggas dropped the soundtrack for the.
Yo, let me tell you,
Y'all go on Instagram. Go ahead.
bro. So this guy Marcus, bro, is probably one of the most talented,
Hell yeah.
unique individuals I've ever met. But he's like, he got really high highs, but he got really low lows. Cause I always make fun of him, like, the nigga really have retarded. Like he have crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I love him. But when he's on it, bro, he's on it. And like, I remember like, so he called the engineer to do the song in the room. And I'm watching him work. And like, mind you, like a lot of a lot of the people's first time watching him work. So to me it's regular, right? But they like, yo, we really get to see Mark, like, because he telling the engineer what to do this, like he really working, and like you see the reactions from all our homies and even Line Brothers in the room, and I'm like, wow, like you could really see
Like
what
his creative
separates
genius.
us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was unique. But another thing that I thought was unique was the distance or the gap of knowledge of people who do it and who don't, right? So like when they was making the song, everybody was excited. Like, yo, this, because we was on a bus, like I think we was coming for the boat. I don't know. We was just singing a song, right? So Mark's like, man, we're gonna make a song or whatever. Everybody excited. Until the engineer come and you gotta write the lyrics. You gotta know what to say.
You gotta punch in and punch out. All
Exactly.
Of the cadence
So now it goes from something that was just fun
to work.
Right? And like some people not rocking with that, niggas is leaving, niggas getting tired. I think at a point Reggie is like, man, I'm over it. Like you could tell on his face, like it kind of like it blew him, like, cause it's like, bro, I can't have fun. Like now we here and we locked in, right? And I remember I was telling one of my line brothers, Aaron, cause he was like, man, it don't have to be that serious. And I'm like, I understand your thought process behind that, but when you hear because he's made music for other people's birthdays and everything, when you hear that, you enjoy it. But this is the price that goes with it, right? So when he adds us to the equation, we gotta accept what comes with it if we want the product of it, right? It's easy to be like, man, it don't have to be that serious, man. You looking too much, you looking too far in it. The realistically, it wasn't that serious for him. So imagine when we really locked in, right?
He looked like he was having fun.
Yeah, he was having fun, and we was letting a lot of things slide that wouldn't slide. So to you think this is something. I'm like, this ain't nothing compared to when it's really time to lock in, right? So
Wow.
Yeah, it's
that's a bar, bro.
yeah. I'm just looking at it and I see the tone shift, and I'm like, you could tell the difference from like when somebody really does something and when they don't.
It's the cost of greatness, bro.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
Everybody wants to be great, but are you willing to pay the price? And
are you willing to pay the price?
That's really what it boils down to.
Mm-mm-mm.
But my week was a little somber, bro. It was a little sad.
What does that mean? Somber.
It's a little sad, bro.
Why?
I think I told you it was good this week, but then I saw something that kind of changed my life this week.
Oh yeah, damn.
Kind of changed my life, and I'm gonna talk about it because at first I was like, "Am I gonna talk about it on the podcast?" It's a little dark, but I was like, "I think I have to." Like this is why we have our platform and everything. Week was great, but there was one moment where we were coming back from Hills, and driving home right down the block, we just see a bunch of caution tape, and when we drive by, see a young man laying on the ground. And we later find out that it was a 16-year-old boy that was shot and killed. We don't know all the details. So, again, take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I think what messed me up about the situation, well, one, I didn't know he was 16 at the time that I saw, but I remember just staring. And he was like, as soon as I saw the caution tape, I was like, somebody just got dropped. And he was just like, how do you know? Like, and it's unfortunate because it's not my first time seeing something like this. I mean, I seen it in Baltimore, sadly. And it was just like, but I knew everything that was going on. I was like, this is this person, this is that person, and was kind of just breaking down what the crime scene would look like. And we just see a kid. Again, I didn't know it was a kid at the time, but we see a young black man laying on the ground lifeless. And I just knew in a moment that he wasn't getting up. Here's what messed me up, though. What messed me up was that I went home, and for like the first few hours, I felt nothing. It was like I saw it, and I went back to my normal. And it wasn't until I went to sleep that it just kept replaying in my mind. Not that like a life was lost at that moment, but it was just like, why aren't you enraged? Like, why aren't you crying? Where's the emotion? Like, have you become this desensitized to the trauma of your people that you can see? And I'm talking about, I literally was staring at this for like a good 2 minutes. We were just staring, and it was just like nothing. And then it was crazy because the next morning, I think I went to ATL Scoop, and they had posted the press conference, and allegedly, they said that the deceased, he shot first, and it was two rival groups that were engaging, and they were shooting at each other. Messed me up, bro, because I started going through the comments, and when I started going through the comments, I saw his face. So before, he's just laying on the ground, I couldn't see his face, but then I see people posting him, so now now you're humanizing them.
Damn.
And so now I can see the human, I can see the impact, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, I saw his face, and I was like, bro, this is somebody's son. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody's friend. This is somebody's brother, somebody's cousin. People were posting. I'm like, 16, bro.
Yeah.
Then I got angry. And the reason why I got angry was because, bro, I thought about it from a standpoint of like, why? Like, what is it that was being told to him at that moment that he felt like he had to pull a gun, that he needs to carry a gun? Because you can't go buy one. So how he's getting access to it? And it just made me think back to like, and I don't talk about this because like it's apples and oranges to some people that are really in the trenches, bro. But I just remember having conversations when I used to sell weed. And I remember these old heads putting a battery in my back, talking about some, yeah, bro, you got a different mind on you. You know what I'm saying? Doing all of this stuff, getting me to go further and further and further into the game. And I just remember like when I left and I stopped doing it because thank God I met somebody that was like, hey, you could go to college. There's another alternative to this. Never heard from them again. And I just felt so much anger because I can't guarantee this is the conversation that he's had, but I'm almost certain, bro, that there's somebody that's older than him that's telling him, this is how you play the game. This is how you win in life. At the ages 15, 16, because I'm sure this wasn't the first time he picked up a gun. He was 16, but who knows how long he was toting guns. And I'm just thinking about it from a standpoint of like, we know the game. We know that there's niggas that are out here in the streets that's telling the young niggas, yeah, you could do this. Why? Because they know the game. They know that if you get caught, you get that misdemeanor. But if I get caught with it, I might serve get tried as an adult. And it blew me, bro, because it was a moment in time where I remember, because E was in the car too, and E was like, bro, I didn't look at it, and I was like, nah, you have to, because so many times, and this is what happens in our society. You talk about it often. We don't look at it. We want to look away, and some of my spirit was like, no, look at this. Like, you got to see this. You got to feel this pain, and it hurt, bro. It didn't hurt immediately, but now as I think about it more, and when I think my nephew just is about to graduate in a few weeks. He just turned 18. This kid would never graduate. I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but like, bro, it hurt.
You right, and I think like, we should look at it, and I think more people need to see it so they can understand that it's the reality of life. And if you go down this route, this is the choice that you make. And like, to your point of being desensitized and just the desensitization of like black men around our country, because we come from impoverished environments. And like, the first thing I was going to say, I had to catch myself and tell myself not to say it, was, man, you see niggas get shot every day. You see a dead body every day. That ain't nothing. And it should be something. It's like, niggas are dying on every day from senseless gun violence that could be avoided, and we aren't able to look at it from a place of like care, because it's not close to us. That's how we feel. When in reality, it's a few feet away from us. It's the one wrong turn, one wrong step, one wrong store we in. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I definitely understand the frustration, because it's real, bro. And like, I too have seen it. But I was with my cousin when he got hit by a car and he died right in front of my face. I was young. I was 11 years old. Mm-hmm. So I definitely understand. And it's like, I wish we had, and this is what I was saying earlier when we was having the conversation, when we was doing our pre-show. We need more people to have these conversations with the youth, with the people that's in the streets. Because I see a lot of people criticizing people on the internet. And honestly, bro, I don't think the people that's out in the streets is seeing the messages on Instagram. Mm-mm. I don't even think that's happening. We got to do a better job at, men and women, at meeting people where they are, right? Men talking to younger men, right? Not being scared to have these conversations because of some self-righteous belief. A lot of people don't have these hard conversations because they think they're going to, I don't know, imprison themselves or put themselves in trouble. Bro, it's either you stand for something or you fall for nothing. Mm-hmm. So, bro, like, our job here on this earth is, one, to tell somebody else about God, right, so they can get to the kingdom of heaven. But two, also tell somebody a story or your story so they don't have to go through the same thing you've been through. And if you don't do that, you're selfish. So, like, I think we just got to do a better job at holding the ones that come after us accountable. Not just allow them to do what they want. And again, we can't do too much, but at least let them know these stories. Yo, this is real. You get your block knocked off.
Literally.
Like, this ain't, like, it ain't playing. I know you got a couple people telling you to do this and they think it's the right thing to do, but nah, don't do this. Even to the point if we got to come out there and start jacking these niggas up by themselves. Like, niggas make fun, but recently I seen the Israelites, like, going back and forth with, like, the Qs or whatever, right? But the Israelites is out there doing the work.
They was in the trenches. They be in the trenches.
They outside doing the work. And I see a lot of comments like, man, I don't even speak to them. Maybe you should. Maybe y'all not speaking to them because you scared to hear the truth. Maybe we talk about this red pill, blue pill, right? We're going to get into it. But that's what a lot of people want to, they want to consume that blue pill so much. They don't want to know the truth. Ignorance is bliss. I'd rather be blessed. I'd rather be in bliss. I'd rather live in bliss. You're ridiculous. Like, and that's the problem with the world. But that's why so many things continue to happen, because niggas don't want to know the truth. Niggas don't seek the knowledge.
They want to look away.
What your shit? We talking about him. Shout out to Deontay. What he say? Niggas ain't doing the knowledge. You got to. So you can know what's out there. Because if you don't know what's out there, you don't know what you're going to run into. So I get your frustration, bro. And you shouldn't feel bad about that, because it gets sick and tired. Like, how many of our people we got to see die? How many of our people we got to see go out there and never come back? But you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about these cops, though. We're going to talk about people in other society and environments. Man, we got to protect ourselves first. I'm not saying that doesn't count, but we got to protect ourselves first.
It was a show I was watching, and I think you talked about this before, where it was like, it's a quote that was like, if you can destroy the enemy within, then you can defend against the enemy with the outside. And I kind of like, Like if you can, that's the biggest thing within our community. There's always an enemy within. So it's like it's hard to defend from the enemies on the outside because there's always been an enemy within. And that kind of blew me, bro, because like, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. You'll have somebody that's 13, 14. Mom's strung out. You got an old head that's like, yo, I'm gonna take care of you. To the 13-year-old kid, they getting a little bit of money. They feel like that person is really loving them. But in reality, bro, they're just keeping you as close because they can use you. And the same person that's saying that they love you is also the same person that's keeping your mom strung up. A lot of times. And you find that cycle, and then all of a sudden you start to get a little bit wiser, you make a little bit more money, now you want to be the plug. Now that person that put you on, now you the enemy. And now it's creating wars and things of that situation because now you coming from my spot. You guys stay in a little boy place. But you created this monster. And now you see the cycle happening over and over and over again. Now, is that every circumstance? No. But we see it enough times, bro. And you have these young kids, and now they're passing it on. They're passing on that trauma. It's like, all right, bet. Your mom's in this situation. This is the only way to get out. That's not the truth, bro. But there's not enough examples. That's the only example that they can see. And it's fast. It's instant gratification. Because I could go flip a bird. I could go flip this QP and get instant gratification so I could get the clothes, get the shoes, get the things that really don't matter. But to me right now, because my situation is so messed up, that this is the only thing that I can find happiness in. Watch a clip of this. And that's the thing also, like we're in this place where we're chasing happiness. And I watched this clip from this monk where he was talking about, bro, I don't chase happiness. He was like, I chase peace. He was like, because when you talk about happiness, then that means on the opposite side is sadness. So it's always going to be consistently fluctuating. He said, I'm chasing something that is consistent across. He was like, peace is consistent across. It doesn't fluctuate. Joy is consistent across. It doesn't fluctuate. So often we're chasing these things that are temporary in our society, we're human though. I understand it. But it opens up the doors for people to be able to prey on us. And as black men, I don't care if you're 20 to 50 to 100, if you are looking to somebody that is under the, anybody in general, and you putting a gun in a young man's hand, you putting drugs in it, you are a hoe. You a hoe. I was trying to find the right words to say it, but like there's nothing clean. There's no clean way of saying it. Like you a hoe, bruh.
Yeah.
And to see that situation play out, I don't know the circumstance. I don't know what happened. I don't know the true details. I'm just praying for the loss because we lost 2 people. But all I can say in this situation is that, bro, to the young kids, that we gonna clip this, and if you do see this, if you don't see it, bro, this ain't the way.
But you know, as unfortunate, some things I don't understand, but this is one of the things that I do, because it's just like that parent who like, man, my child gonna smoke anyway, so I'd rather you smoke with me, so I make sure you safe. I was having a conversation with Band Hunter Izzy, and I was talking to him about this, and I was like, bro, like, because I think it was his big older brothers or something like that who really had him outside, and he was like, man, I was gonna be outside regardless. So it was more so of like taking me in to make sure I was safe. I was like, if you're gonna do it, I'd rather you be with me, right? So like, on one side I can understand like you saying like you're a hoe for putting a gun in a child hands. Respectfully so, I get it. However, that's from the information that we know. A lot of times these people we in these environments and they don't have that information to know that is other choices, right? So like, I do want to be compassionate, or I do want to have empathy for them because they think this is the only way to make money and survive and take care of that family. But we have to break the barrier of education so they can know that, oh shit, Jay Hill was from the project, he did this. We don't have too many people like that. Like, yeah, we have successful people in the world, but how many people, that's why we're anomalies. Think about it. We ain't the norm. When people come from the project, the story is such a big deal. We speak about it so much because it's not normal. More people are dying, right? You have somebody that's coming from impoverished environments and they make it. How many times are we going back in the hood talking to the kids, right? So how many times are they really seeing it, the examples? So like, yeah, on one instance, like I say, like, you're hoping. On another instance, is like, I think they need to be educated on people that are making it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know, I really do feel that because on one end, you do have kids out here who's getting guns because they want to protect themselves. It's like I'd rather be caught with it than without it, because that's their lifestyle. That's the environment that they live in. Sometimes they're inheriting beef that they don't have no business having. I'm born because my older brother was a blood, or my older brother was a GD. I don't know. Now I got smoke with the
block. Just grew up.
I grew up on this block. Now I gotta protect my block. I don't know that I can say no. I don't know that I can. I don't have to live with this, because why? My environment tells me that I do. And the moment I try to go against the rules of my environment, I gotta suffer the consequences that my environment created. Which it's all stupid. But I'm a kid. I'm 12 years old. No, I don't want my peers to laugh at me. No, I don't want my peers to tell me that I'm less than, or look at me as something I'm not. But that takes a different type of encouragement, and it take a village. We talking about the village.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not faulting the kid. I said if you are 20 plus.
But still, they are kids, bro.
Yeah.
Think about a 20 in the hood. The young niggas that's carrying guns 12. I was 12. I was 12. That's something, you know what I'm saying? My friends around me had guns. So you talk about the people that influencing us. What? 21-year-olds? 18-year-olds? Come on now. They still kids. You 22. You still don't know no better. You get what I'm trying to say? You still living under the same circumstances. And even the person that's 30, bro. It's people in our environments. Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit. It's people in these environments that are 30 years old, 35, 34, 40, that hasn't stepped a foot outside of their hood. All their mind knows is their hood. So we can't judge them because, again, what they say, once your mind expands, it's hard to go back to its original size, right? Our mind expanded so far, but let's not allow it to expand so far that we forget exactly where we was at, right? Because of the time where we didn't know. We're fortunate, we're blessed. Look at God. But it's some people that's in them environments that has not even a quarter of the knowledge that we have when it comes to what we can do. You get what I'm trying to say? So I just want when sometimes I might talk about men, but yeah, I'm talking to the men that know better, right? But in this particular moment, I just want to be careful, because it's really, and I feel bad for them, it's really men, it's people out there who don't know no better. Is that their fault? Yeah, they could get the information if they wanted, but I just know it goes deeper than the surface.
So how do you combat that though? I'm sorry, I know we have another. We've been 20 minutes into the conversation, but how do you combat that? Because you were different. There was something about you that was in the environment that made you different. And it's not to say that you are special in that, but there's other people like you too. So I don't want to make it. I don't want to call it an excuse, because there's an environment. But you had your moments, but you still also saw the other side. So there's somebody. Go ahead.
I was talking to 19 Keys, right? And I always and one thing he said that stood out to me, and I was like, wow. One thing that I used to pride myself on is just being the model citizen for like your average person, that anybody can do it. The fact that remains is everybody can't do it. Because if everybody could do it, they'd be doing it. Yeah, I don't think I used to say I'm not that special, but I am. I am special because of my mentality, right? I used to be like, man, if I can do it, you can do it. That's not the truth. And I was talking to 19 Keys, and he was like, bro, like, everybody can do it. That's what make me special. And when he said it, I'm like, wow. Like, it could sound arrogant or whatever, but it's the truth. Because it's like, bro, everybody not going to get out the hood. Everybody not going to be successful. Everybody might not make $1 million. Everybody not going to be able to do what they got to do to take care of their family. That's just the truth of it. But now, when we talk about the solution, I got to understand that everybody not going to do it, but I got to do my part for the people to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to give them the opportunity, because I was given the opportunity. I had mentors in my life. I had football coaches. I had guidance counselors that presented me with the information, and I decided to take it. Now, it's my job to present the information to the kids out there so they can at least know that this is possible. For the people that do it, they do it. Great. Shout out to them. For the people that don't, it's unfortunate. Like Tupac said, yeah, I might not be the one that's going to change the world, but I damn sure can influence somebody that's going to change the world. And that's the mentality we got to have going forward as mentors, as role models, as people with microphones. Like, everybody want to get on this microphone and these cameras and spill bullshit, a bunch of bullshit. Like, you want to get on here and talk about 50-50 and what people not doing, and again, like Deontay said, like, be divisive in your community where you tearing us apart. That ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing but Again, creating that enemy within. We got to be able to be the solutions. And that even goes to the conversation that we was having earlier about like this man versus woman thing, bro. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, we got to be there to be compassionate with each other. With each other. We got to be there to have grace for each other. Because the more we fight, the more it gets worse. It's getting worse. This men versus women conversation, it ain't like it's new. It's been around since the 60s. I watched some documentaries in the 60s and we was having the same conversation. But now it's getting worse, though. Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue to get worse. Whereas, though, it's going to be a point where we out here killing each other. Because we don't agree.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Because we don't agree with each other. Because I think you should do it my way and you think you should do it my way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, we got to really get out here and really have compassion and even have grace for each other. And I think I read this, I don't know if it was in the Bible or somebody spoke on what grace really is. Mm-hmm. Even in a moment when you're justified to do it, you don't. That's grace. So again, I might have these conversations. It might seem foreign to people. So when I say, yo, like, let's look at the facts. If Tory Lanez really shot this woman, right? People like, oh my God, like he really look at he got arrested already. He convicted. I'm like, yo, no, hold up. Why are you so quick to throw a man away? Mm-hmm. Right? Again, I'm not saying that we should be quick to throw either one of them away. I'm saying why are we quick to throw anybody away? Let's look at the facts. Did he really shoot her? If he did, was it intentional? Right? Because if you made a mistake, I'm pretty sure you want a second chance. Right? If it was anything if it was any way to prove your innocence for yourself, you would want it to happen. Right? But vice versa, if you got wrong, mm-hmm. you would want somebody to pay the consequences. But let's be slow to react on all fronts. Let's make sure we get it right the first time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying let's pin one person on the other. Right? Let's hold each other accountable. So like when people say, yo, look at how Tory acted when it happened. He was antagonizing. Hold him accountable. That shouldn't happen. You get what I'm trying to say? None of it shouldn't be a space where we can pin one on the other. That's whack. That's corny. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, like if this man went up there and shot a woman, that's corny too, right? But we need to hold him accountable to that. Let's not just be, there's so many people out here like she deserves it. No, she don't. Even if it was a mistake, she don't deserve that. Nobody deserves to get shot.
Nobody.
You get what I'm trying to say? Even if she was drunk or whatever the case may be, nobody deserved that. But I'm thinking like if we could come together and police our own community, then we get better. But until then, it's like a war amongst gender. It's like, why? I want to love you like you love me. And granted, I know you've been through a lot of things in your life that was traumatic and that had an impact on who you are today. And I'm sorry. I should be able to have compassion for you. And I should be able to empathize with you, not internalize it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we're internalizing the things that we should be empathizing with. Oh, you were done wrong, so now you look at every man as your enemy.
You're generalizing.
And it's like, I should be able to understand that and empathize with you instead of pointing a finger to you like you shouldn't do it. Granted, you probably shouldn't do it. But I should be able to empathize with you, understanding that, yo, I'm only going to get what I give you. I'm only, what they say, for every action is a counter reaction. So I know if I meet you with fire, I'm gonna get fire back. So I see the fire in you. I understand it, and I understand the root of it. You just want to be heard. You just want to be affirmed. You just want to be seen. You just want me to understand that you exist, and I'm gonna give you that.
And you want the same thing though.
Yes, I want the same thing. But in order to get it, I gotta give it. So in order for me to get what I need to give it. We gotta be more willing, quick to give. Everybody want to take, receive. You're selfish. And I think that's the problem what we're seeing in the world. Yo, if we can get to a point where all of us are quick to give instead of receiving, then we will start to see how much we love each other. Because now I see you're hurt and I see that you just want the same thing I want. You want us to know that you exist and you matter. And I'm going to give you that. And in return, I can get the same thing. But guess what? It ain't going to happen overnight. What happens is I give it to you now. I give it to you later. 2 days, 3 days, a month from now, even a year. And I'm expecting it to turn over now. This has been a problem in our community for forever. From as long as I lived, my parents lived, and the parents before then. A war on gender. It's been there that way forever. So it ain't going to just change for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years. We got to be patient. And another thing is we speak this grace shit, but we got to live it. Right? Grace is even when
you're justified, as
you're justified. You don't. So in the moments when I done gave you grace, it was easy. it don't. That's not when it start. It start when, man, I done did that 10 times already. That's when grace start. That's the hard pill to swallow, because it ain't what you do when it's easy. It's what you do when it's hard. That's what character is. I can be nice to you all day when my day is great, when the money is flowing. But what do I do when my day turned upside down? That's what we gotta be. We gotta start being that person for others. The person you want for you, you gotta be that for others all the time.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy that you're bringing up this conversation, because I was watching this show called Swagger on Apple TV. Shout out to KD. And the coach, who was played by O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son, he talks about being a 24-hour person. And he was like, you know, a 24-hour person is somebody that shows up consistently 24 hours of the day. Like, you are consistently that person. And when you talk about that grace, that's that 24-hour grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't change just because I'm having a bad day. It doesn't change just because somebody looked at me the wrong way, or things of that nature. How I look at you isn't perceived on what I'm going through internally. And again, the enemy within, right? So because so many of us have that enemy within, because we're dealing with that internal trauma, like, again, we can't defend to the enemy on the outside because it's still within our community. So it's something that we see time and time again, and we see these gender role battles. We see a cycle, and especially, I'm not talking to any other community because we're Black, you know what I'm saying? But within our community in particular, we see the divisiveness of it. We see that there are men that are trying to uplift men in the ways that they think, but it's to the detriment of women. And you see women that are trying to uplift and defend women, but it's to the detriment of men. So we have, it's like a phenomenon where right and wrong are existing in the same place, where it's like, I'm trying to do the right thing, but I'm going about it the wrong way. And it's intention versus impact. But we see that in this space in particular is detrimental because it's so divisive. So when we're having the conversations about, like, I think the question that we asked was like, how do men even support men without destroying women or attacking women and things of that nature? How do you have, especially with the conversation we're talking about red pill, and they're trying to uplift men or whatever the agenda is for the red pills, but like, how do you do this in a healthy space? How do you uplift Black women? How do you uplift, I'm only talking to Black people right now. I'm sorry. I mean, we'll scale out, but let's start talk about our community right now. But how do we do this from a successful standpoint? And I think exactly what you were just talking about. It's grace. It is grace. But one thing that you were saying, just like how you were talking about like the reality of the hood, and it was crazy because like as you were talking about it, I was just like, dang, I really am triggered. But I'm triggered because I lost somebody that way, where that conditioning, right? So you talk about that grace, and I remember when one of my friends, well, two of my friends got killed. Their family went to the courthouse and they actually asked the judge to give them a lighter sentence. Their family members will never come back. But they saw it fit to give these young men, because they were in high school, a second chance, because maybe you didn't understand the gravity of the impact that you had. Maybe you didn't understand, but we're not gonna throw you away for this moment. Where instead we're going to actually give you a second chance. And I think so often in life we are so quick, and you talked about it, it's just like we were so quick to throw people away on that first mistake. And I think that's where that grace aspect comes in. But we need to see it within our community more. We need to see it within our men and our women more often.
And we was doing this, I was doing a tonight's conversation show, and the question was like presented like, do women hate Black men? And my first initial reaction was I wanted to say yeah. And as I heard the conversation go on, I'm like, even if it's like the rival clip that Deontay Kyle, shout out to my guy, was talking about, it's like, even if that is the case, I understand it, but how do we reverse engineer that? and I like we talking about this grace thing is because I understand the pain and the hurt, but so many times we want to skip past it as if that doesn't count. Like you gotta acknowledge it and
Don't
deal
look
with
at it, yeah.
the reality of what women had to face in our society. We talked about it earlier. Like, think about if you were always put on a back burner. And we ain't even talking about the back burner. We talking about the back burner of the back burner. Because we know where we stood as a race, right? But then even within, the enemy within, even within our race, you're the back burner. Now you're the backup of the backup. You're not even being talked about. How many times? Exactly, right? So imagine that even in the Bible, like let's go there. Even in the Bible, it's saying how you are to play this side role
necessary to
the man.
You're gonna have the desire. Yeah. So it's like you're gonna have the desire, but he'll rule over you. You're talking about Genesis, yeah, in Genesis, yep.
Yeah, so it's like even God says that. Mm-hmm. So now you have a group of people, and we talk about this misogynistic mentality, and honestly, I don't want to be crazy, but you can help me. It seems like we abuse the power, because if we look at the Bible, granted the Bible not saying we should be misogynistic, but I can see how somebody can use the Bible and use it as and make that work in a misogynistic thought process, right? So it's like even the Bible is telling men that they rule and conquer over you, but then you give that power to somebody and they misuse it, they misabuse it. We look at people like Diddy. That's what makes people bad people, right? Because they misuse their power. Like what a leader is, a leader knows how to walk in his role without mistreating his people. But what happened is people take these words from the Bible and they misuse the power that God given us. And I think in order to break this barrier, we have to really be compassionate with each other. Because I'm not just saying for men to do it for women. We need our women to do it with us as well. We need each other. I got to be able to look past the pain and the trauma that is presented to see you for who you are. But I can't do that because I got so much in myself. We got to be able to put ourselves on the back burner. But this is for everyone. Because imagine if you did that for me and I did that for you. Imagine where we can meet. Because at this point, it's getting so out of hand that it's frustrating. And like when the question was presented, do you think women hate black men? It's like, from my experience, I could see that being true, because there's been so many times where I was lied on. There's been so many times where I was mistreated and I couldn't even speak out because of me being a man. And if I spoke out, it was deemed me being less than. I couldn't go to my friends and tell them. I felt like I couldn't go to my friends and tell them I was hurt. That's how I felt. The world created that, but also the world tried to suppress women for so long, so I can understand their plight and their anger and their aggression against men as well. So it's like I have to be able to put myself in her shoes and exit my personal feelings in hopes that she can do the same and give me the grace and the love that I need. But that's hard, bro, and I understand it. It's just, I think if we can get there, bro, the world will be a better place.
You know what Grace also says, though, to that point? You often quote Mike Tyson where he was like, if you let the devil change your character, then you let him win. Mm-hmm. Grace also says that even if I don't get that back, that doesn't define me putting out that energy into the world. Because a lot of times I think with men, it's transactional. We become so much of a transactional society that it's like, you're not doing this, so I'm not doing that. How about it's just, I'm going to just do what I'm supposed to. And even if you catch on or you don't, I'm still going to do what I'm supposed to. Because, see, so much people are looking for reactions and validation from the world. I think what I'm going to really point up on this one. See, because if we were looking for validation from God in this situation, even if none of y'all accept this, I know that when it's good and done, that my God above me will see all of it. That's why it says that the least of us will inherit the most in heaven. But so much of us is just like, nah, bro, I want it now. We're human. Like you said, the instant gratification. But we don't understand the trauma of 400 years of slavery. We don't understand the trauma of, like you said, being second. We don't understand the trauma of being, was it 3/5 of a person? You know what I'm saying? We understand the concept of it. We read about it, but we weren't there where they had to live it. Our ancestors had to go through it. So yeah, there's people that are angry. It's hard to talk to somebody that you talk to an older generation that actually sat there and they were in the rooms. I'm just talking about race now. And you have a conversation with people that were in those dining rooms when they were being called nigger. You have people in the rooms when it was like, bro, I had to go to the school that was down the block when there was a school that was right there because of the color of my skin. Or we talking about women, right? I had to sit there and watch my mother be abused by somebody that said that they loved them just because he was the provider and she couldn't work. She couldn't vote. We understand that. We're talking about the history of it. So it's like, all right, cool. With that, taking that into consideration, the grace is understanding that, like, all right, if we have the little bit of knowledge that, because we don't know, the more that you, what is it, Socrates said, all that I know nothing. Mm-hmm. The more that I learn is the more that I understand that I don't know nothing. And in me coming from a position that of knowing that I don't know nothing, in the least of what I know, at least I can be able to move forward in it with that grace and compassion and knowing that let me continue to be the best version of myself. Mm-hmm. Even if you can't receive it. Because you being able to receive the goodness that I put out into the world does not define the goodness within. Mm. Whether you can accept it or somebody else can, that doesn't define the fact that I still need to put that energy out into the world.
And
what you about to say?
But the crazy thing about this is it's not my glory to receive.
It is. If you're getting technical.
Right. So it's like, even like when I go to church, right, and the pastor do a good sermon, right, I used to be like, yo, you did good. He always say, like, he never said thank you. He like, thank God, because he gave it to me to give. And it's like, if we imagine we took that approach with everything, because now, like you said, I'm the biggest kettle if we talking being real, because I'm one who's big on reciprocation. But if you want to be real, you could never get reciprocation because the glory is not for you to receive. If you think about it, you ain't do nothing to receive that. It's all supposed to be the glory to be to God. So you trying to receive some type of reciprocation that you thought you gave out, but who are you? Mm-hmm. Oh, you thought you did something. you thought that was from you. Oh, you thought the knowledge was because you studied or something. Oh, okay.
And I think that's where it comes from. When you talk about the divisiveness, is that people start to take the glory. Mm. You talked about the power, the authority, actually. I'm not going to say the glory, the authority that was given unto us as men. We were called to be providers. Mm. We didn't ask for it. We were called to be providers. Women were called to be nurturers.
That's fire. And now you want to be acknowledged for being a provider. That glory ain't for you to receive, my brother.
You were called to this,
and you misused it.
So now you're abusing it because, oh, I'm a provider.
You P. Diddy in the flesh. You P. Diddy in the flesh.
So it's so we can understand why there's division within our communities. I can understand, like you just said. All right, bro. I got sisters. One thing I say, we were having a conversation upstairs, bro. There's a lot of men that could be out here talking about some black women, this, that, and the third, man. My life has been changed by black women. Mm-hmm. I done seen black women, and that's why I guess I can say I can relate to their traumas, because I hear them. I done seen, to this day, there's black men around me. Well, you, my brother, you always looking at me. But there's black women to this day that's like, hey, this is how you should do it. Mm-hmm. To the side, pull me to the side. Hey, it's okay. And I'll be annoyed, like, bro, this, that, and that. But why do you care so much? They care. And even at the moment where people have experienced so much hurt, they can still see, there's some that can still see the good in men. Mm-hmm. Those conversations just aren't publicized. Because when I have those conversations, they're in private. So, again, they're not looking for no glory when they do that. That's what I'm talking about. Those black women that pour it out into my life, those black men that poured out, they didn't do it for the glory. It ain't like they was like, all right, when Alex blow up, Alex on this stage, he gonna say their name. I probably am, but that's not what they did it for. Because again, whether I acknowledge them or not, that does not validate the decision that God placed in their heart to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what we're talking about right now. And I think as you keep on saying, like, bro, big dog, I'm a provider. I'm a nurturer. I'm supposed to be doing this. I got these accolades, this, that, and the third. Bro, we talking in circles.
Nigga, you are a speck.
We are talking in circles.
You ain't nothing. Like, you think you're something, and that's the problem. The moment we wake up and realize that we are nothing but only what God created us to be, then we can move forward. But again, like, I think the reality of it is we might not ever get there as a whole. But if we can, again, if this platform can inspire a few people to just, even if they watch this and be like, yo, let me use this as a reference point.
Mm-hmm.
So many people like the 48 Laws of Power. That's not like the most entertaining book, but you can use it as a reference point for when you're doing business.
48 Laws of Power is interesting. So I have another conversation about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I mean, when we talk about business,
yeah,
some people use it as like a Bible, as a dictionary. Like, okay, I'm gonna come back to this as a Bible,
as a reference point.
Yeah, same with this, because you might forget we all human. But in those moments, all right, let me watch this, or if I am watching it, maybe it makes your next hour easier, tomorrow easier, because now you're not looking at your wife, you're not looking at your friend, you're not looking at the woman that's on the internet as competition. You're looking at it as like, you know what?
Woo!
I need to give them grace.
Competition. Oh my God.
I need to give them grace.
This man been cooking all episode.
Nah, I mean, that's how I'm looking at it, because, bro, again, when I go back to the question of, do you think women hate black men? Like, it's easy for me to say yeah, because of my experiences, bro. And I shouldn't be ridiculed because I've experienced women who weren't nice, just like women experienced men who wasn't nice. They shouldn't be ridiculed for that. But instead of me trying to be the victim, let me look at it as understanding. Let me try to put my feet in somebody else's shoes, even though it's justified that I don't.
Can I answer that question though from a macro level? Okay. And I think I just kind of, we talked about it earlier. I think women do have moments where there's angst against men.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so, though.
For sure, yeah.
But I also, in that same token, feel like when Ahmaud Arbery died, when Trayvon Martin was killed, that those same women that were angry at us, mm-hmm. that had pain in their hearts, that had trauma, that had every right to be like, that's what y'all get. Remember that they were mothers. Mm-hmm. Remember that they were sisters. Remember that they were aunts. And those same women that potentially had that hate in their heart rallied.
Mm-hmm. Front line.
That
was a time, boy. That was
standing
a time.
in front of them cops.
Yeah.
And then those same men that were in that weren't protecting, that felt like you know what I'm saying, everything negative about. They remembered that they were fathers. They remembered that they were sons. They remembered that they were brothers when Sandra Bland was killed. Mm-hmm. And I'm only using these examples, but I've seen examples of in our community specifically rallied. What was old girl's name that passed away in Breonna? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Breonna Taylor.
Mm-hmm. They rallied. Those same people that had that hate in their heart that we talking about. Mm-hmm. We generalizing, right? Those same people that have that, but when it counts, bro, we seen them show up. So no, I can't say. I can say there are moments mm-hmm. that there's disdain, there's anger, there's frustration, but I can also say on that in the same breath, brother, those same people, when it matters most,
they show up.
Man, they coming to the fucking front lines.
What that man say? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
In those moments, they definitely popped out and showed their ass too.
So that's why I look at it.
Yeah. No, I just think like, you know, cause at the same time, like, I don't want to get too caught up in like arguing if they do or don't. I just don't want to like use the platform to take away from the men that do experience that, because we can show up for our women for sure, and I want to do that, but I also don't want to forget about the men who has been hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said we just gotta have that grace, because like I want them to feel heard, and I want them to feel seen as well. Because, bro, it's been some unfortunate situations where men have to get the bottom of the stick because the woman is in power. But if we can have, if it can be a woman out there, we talking about this village. If you see it, say something. If you see your friend moving foul, say something. If you know that ain't right, come on, don't encourage it. Same with the men. Show up. If he's moving weird, he out here doing whatever on his family, speak up. Make him feel that pressure, so he can feel embarrassed. He can think twice about doing it. You get what I'm saying? So like, I think we just gotta hold each other accountable. We gotta really have this community, because they say it's take a community to raise a child. Shit, it take a community
to raise each other.
to raise each other.
Yeah.
Be your brother's keeper for real. You know what I'm trying to say?
And it's, yeah.
Man, that's the only way we're going to divide this enemy within. And I think that's how we move forward. I know it's easier said than done, but we have more of these conversations, the more to be in the front of our mind, the more we act on it. And that's it.
Yeah, no, this was good. I did not anticipate this conversation to go this way, but it was good, and I'm grateful that we have these conversations, and we're no experts. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why we love this platform. Why I love this platform is because it's 1% better. You know, we're coming from a position of trying to have these conversations so that even if we don't have all the right answers right now, we're taking into consideration what we know, but we're always willing to learn.
Right.
So if you watch this episode, if you watch this clip, yeah, you know, I mean, you're going to have your opinion, you know what I'm saying? But also understand that we are here willing to be educated. So if you want to educate us on something, please come gracefully, though. You know what I'm saying? Come gracefully, but this is why we have these platforms, so we can have a conversation. But we're not out here spewing hate. That's not what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I apologize early on for calling these niggas hoes. I was a little passionate because I was triggered because I lost a friend that same way, you know. But you gave perspective, and just like in that moment, it made me think. I'm like, nah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because just like it I had to be reminded of the grace that the family of the people that were actually impacted had for the people that took the lives of the people that they love, of the brother. And that right there just brought it full circle. Right. And if we can take that glimmer of hope that the family had, because that's what that is. It was hope that if we show you this grace, that you're going to take this grace and go do something better with your life. If we can take that hope and apply it to all aspects of our lives, man, who knows where this world could be.
That's a fact. Let's shift the conversation, man. Let's get into the shits.
It's a whole lot that happened this week, my brother.
Oh, man.
You know, and it's crazy because we had such a positive conversation. So
yeah, it's like counterproductive, what is it, counterintuitive? What is it?
Kind of, but
we
have to, man. We have to. Because,
we got a job to do.
You know, we started with Stephon Diggs, man.
Stephon Diggs, bro. I seen Lil Mo. Shout out to Lil Mo. And if y'all don't know Lil Mo, Baltimore's own, Superwoman.
You saw her?
Superwoman for you. You know that song?
You did the interview with her. I remember.
You don't know? Wow. Come on, man. Let's get some damn respect on Lil Mo name, man. Tell me something you don't know. Hold up. Fabulous.
You don't know who Lil Mo is?
Wow. Come on, man. Put some... What?
You definitely should know who Lil Mo is. Like,
wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yes. But anyway, shout out to Lil Mo. Lil Mo was basically...
this is the most... Oh, go ahead.
Lil Mo was basically saying how I feel. She was like, yo, what is like a 7% chance to go to the NFL?
Something crazy like that.
Right? Bro, what are you doing? Being seen with any substance? What are you doing? Why is this on camera? First of all, where your friends at? Because, bro, we came from a place where if he's the breadwinner or whatever, people around you is protecting you. Like, yo, put that camera down. Wow, everybody want to pick up a camera. I told you, bro. Everybody want to stream.
IRL.
IRL. Yeah.
Niggas about to get hemmed up. IRL. Niggas about to get hemmed up. IRL. What you mean? Like,
man, FEDS. That's what you going to be. That's what you going to be. You want everything to be on camera.
Niggas going to be in the feds.
Bro, like, nigga, JAIL. That's what you going to be. Bro, like, what are you doing? Bro, you step on, and then I don't know if the tweet was real. Have you seen the tweet? I don't know if it was real.
No, I don't think that was real. I saw what you.
All right. But it's like, bro, what are y'all doing?
I don't think that was real.
Even if it was candy, you know how that look, bro. Can we talk about optics? But my thing is, it's not. So honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Did you not know the camera was on you? Because it seemed like it was really close. It ain't. You know, like when you go to a concert and you zoom all the way in, you can see that from the distortion from the video, from the camera that is zoomed in.
Yeah.
That looked like it was up close and personal.
I feel like he probably saw the camera, but in his mind, he might have been lit. But then also, it's just like nobody on this boat would probably have the audacity of posting it. Like,
even if I seen a camera,
like, I don't know, maybe niggas be feeling untouchable at some point.
That's
too.
why, like, as you know, I'm trying to be fair as possible.
Yeah.
As a nigga, right? You know, I still got nigga ways. As a nigga, I don't want to put this all on Stephon Diggs because he should be able to go out and have fun. I'm just saying.
He should.
He should. Like, and if that's your advice, as long as it's not taken away from your performance on the field, it shouldn't matter. But the moment it becomes public information, that's when the problem comes. Mm-hmm. I told you, my mom told me when I was young, I ain't upset with you because you got in trouble. I'm upset with you because you got caught. It might sound crazy, but that's the thing. It's like, bro, if that's what you want to do behind closed doors, do it behind closed doors. If that's how y'all get y'all shit off with the woman, do it. But you see a camera, you gotta be more responsible than that. Come on, bro. You making millions of dollars. You doing things that people all around the world wish they could do that never get a chance to do.
Yeah.
And you're one of the 7% that can do it. And you mean to tell me you risk throwing it away because you want to have a good time on a boat? Nigga, you see a camera.
No.
Be more aware. You need to be more aware of your surroundings.
It's a little more slippery. It's a slippery slope with him, though, because he has that other allegation. I don't know if you remember, there was a man that came out that basically was like that he drugged him, and it's like
what
he's
type
being
of freaky
sued.
Diddy shit?
So yeah, so like that's why I was like, bro, you specifically have to be like aware of what's going on in your environment because you got somebody that's out here saying that you drugging them and things of that nature, and it looks like on camera that you're pulling out drugs.
And you want to know what else? Again, not to be that guy, but I got to. Stephon Diggs, you're the older brother of Trayvon. You had to take care of your brother at one point in time. You definitely need to know better. Mm-hmm. As somebody who had to assume the position of a father figure in your little brother's life, mm-hmm. you should be the one that's way more mature than this. So, like, again, I'm not mad at you for doing your vice, bro, because we all got our vices. Who am I to judge anybody? My thing is you got to be more aware of your surroundings. And who do you have in your corner why is it somebody on the boat that feel comfortable enough to be recording you and wanting to post it?
It's kind of crazy, bro. And now I'm seeing reports.
That's fed. That's federal. Like, these niggas.
And the consequences, though. Because now, Steve Zolak, who calls Patriots games on the radio, he says he has connections to the team. And basically, he was saying, allegedly, that the Patriots might cut him now. You know what I'm saying? So now, one thing that we have to constantly be reminded is that, and it's unfortunate, but your life outside of the field can definitely affect you on the field. You know what I'm saying?
You are more than what people don't understand. I had to learn this at a young age. You are more than just Stephon Diggs, bro.
The football player.
You are a player who plays for the Patriots, an organization that's bigger than you. So no, you can't just go out and you don't represent yourself anymore. When I was Mr. Coppin, right, I always wanted to show up and hop and do the neck roll because I wanted to show people that you could be a Q and you can be the Mr. University. I had to find out that no, the university doesn't represent neck rolling. So when I go out, I go out and I neck roll, I have to understand that I am the face of a university now. The university is much bigger than Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So although that's who I am, that's the organization I'm a part of, but when I'm on Coppin State University business, I have to be on Coppin State University business. But even still, outside of that, I have to represent myself in the way that Coppin State University wants to be represented, even when I'm not on Coppin State University business, because I represent Coppin for this year. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So, bro, you got to understand that you represent more than just who you are. You represent more than just your last name right now because you play for an organization that's worth billions. And especially the Patriots. Belichick or not, we know the history of the Patriots and how they don't deal with none of that from our top athletes. They had some of the best and they don't deal with it. Mm-hmm. So
Ocho Cinco said it straight up. Yeah.
Exactly. So you gotta know, bro. When you in Rome, you do what the Romans do, and you gotta know your personnel. And you know damn sure you playing for the Patriots, bro. Yes, sir, master. You don't do that. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's the real. We know this. So why is it worth it to do that? You know damn well, bro. Come on, dog. I don't gotta tell this to you. You living your dream. You keep playing around, you gonna fuck around and find out.
You think he's getting above himself? Like, he's popping out with Cardi, you know what I'm saying? He's in the spotlight. Do you think that this is a moment where it's just like the fame is getting destructive?
Abuse of power. But again, I'm not here to judge this man because
we can't, yeah.
Who knows what I would do with that much power? Man, this man walking around with Cardi B. They always want to say, what if, shoulda, what if. What I say all the time. Yeah, if was a fifth, we all be drunk. But it ain't. Nigga always gonna say, if I was in that position, yeah.
It's easier said than done.
It's easier said than done, nigga. You always say if. Yeah, shut your if ass up. But, so I'm not sitting here to judge this man. All I'm saying is, like, I can see how you get beside yourself in those moments. And I just want him to come back to, like, I hope his brother having a conversation with him like, yo, you wilding right now, bro. Because we need people like that.
Yeah, bro.
You're bugging right now, bro. You about to throw it all away. And imagine, I think it was drugs, but imagine if it wasn't.
All this controversy started off over nothing.
Let's just imagine it wasn't. You doing all this for some, that's like, it's going to sound, I'm an extremist. That's like a grown man getting killed over a toy gun. Like, you know better.
It's happening, though.
I'm just saying, you know better, bro. Like, come on. You know the environments that you in. You know what you should and shouldn't be doing at this point. Stop it. Stop it with the nonsense. So even if it wasn't drugs, I hope it was drugs. Respectfully.
You hope?
I hope it was.
Why?
Because if it wasn't drugs, you're goofy at this. So why are you even playing like that?
Yeah.
That's stupid. I hope you had a good time. So now I'm like, okay, if you do get in trouble, at least make it be worth it. Can you imagine getting suspended or getting cut from some? Imagine getting cut for something that wasn't even, like, damn, that wasn't even drugs. For all that, what Keisha Cole said on our project, I should have cheated. So now I should have did drugs. I'm just think about it though. Damn, I could have been high. Now you get cut and you weren't even high. You ain't even.
I ain't even do it.
I ain't even do nothing. Stupid. I hope you enjoyed it. That's all I'm saying. Again, it's not me judging. I'm just saying I hope it was something. But anyway. I just don't like my thing. Again, let me get back to my point. My point ain't really to criticize Stephon Diggs though, because I'm never going to judge a man by what he do in his off season or when the cameras ain't watching. Because who am I to judge? My thing is, why aren't you being aware of your surroundings? I'm always aware of my surroundings. I'm always looking like, okay, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so loose that you can feel comfortable on a boat with a bunch of girls and you not be aware of your surroundings?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know who the person behind the camera.
I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think that's ever going to come out there. Like,
so, and I don't want to like be babysitting, pacify him, but like, because if that was never on camera, what we gonna say? So I'm not trying to take up for him, but like, come on, like, bro, I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not mad at him for that.
It's gonna sound really bad. I think athletes, do a lot worse when the cameras are off.
Nigga, forget that. We do a lot worse. I might not do pills, whatever, but like, I'm saying, people in general.
When cameras are off. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't hurting nobody. He ain't drugging nobody.
But again, I think it's a matter of, we always have the conversation of understanding your celebrity.
Yeah.
You got to understand your celebrity.
You got to. You got to do a better job of that, bro.
It's sad, bro, that like you should be able to have the grace to be able to, but you're not normal. You know what I'm saying? You're getting paid millions of dollars. You have people that are looking up to you. You have cameras that are constantly watching you. You also have people that are constantly trying to tear you down. And as a black man, you just got to understand the consequences that
of your actions.
So for you, whenever you doing that, you turn your back. But it was just crazy because again, you could tell he was feeling himself. He had them calling. He was like, "What's my name?"
What's
you know
my
what I'm saying?
name?
Like,
let's like not role play. Let's
this nigga's wild.
Let's play it out. How do you think that went down though in the moment? Like, how does that go down? Like, you probably feeling yourself. You got Cardi B on the other side. Like, she probably
got ass shaking everywhere around you.
You on a
Coming
yacht?
up to you. What's my name? Oh
Yeah,
my
shorty. What's my name? Shorty probably live because you know Cardi B probably for all the
She
fun.
with the shit.
She with the action.
She with the shits.
What the fuck, shit?
Yo said, I seen a tweet. They were like, bro, there's no greater life than knowing that you with Cardi B because she might love the hoes more than you
Right.
do.
You feel me? Like
golly.
perfect couple. They popped out. Cardi. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie.
What you about
Cardi
to say?
ain't shit, bro.
Oh God.
Cardi, yo, she the definition of a young nigga still, bro.
Wait, what?
She know what she doing, bro.
She having a blast.
It ain't no way she popped out at the basketball digs with Stephon Diggs, bro.
Uh-huh.
She know she came to apply pressure and hurt some feelings.
Oh yeah.
She know she came to have a nigga swinging at the air.
And that nigga swinging in the
Hard.
courtrooms. In the courtrooms.
Bro. No disrespect to my guy Stephon Diggs, bro. No, nothing against him, right? Because he play it right. But I feel like when every group, men and women, you know who is who, right? So to publicly step outside with Stephon, you know his MO.
No. You got to take it up to another notch. To publicly step out at a Knicks game.
With Stephon Diggs, though, when you know his MO, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Stephon Diggs, I'm questioning that. I don't know if I'm trusting it. Like, you trying to use me? Because it feels like, yeah, he's just a pawn. It feels like he a pawn.
Yeah.
Because it's Cardi B. Like, you one of the biggest superstars in hip-hop right now.
Like it's a publicity stunt.
Not saying it was, but it fit.
feel
Now
like
that I think about it, because like, yo, you gonna step out with Stephon Diggs knowing his MO? He's a professional wife snatcher. He's a professional hoe getter. He's a professional sniper. Pipe layer.
This nigga is crazy.
I'm just saying. That's who you step out with. You know his MO. We know his MO.
We know his MO. He from Maryland too. That's a crazy part.
So, cool up. You know what? I got something for your ass. Oh, Offset. You want to play them? What they say? You play silly games, you win some silly prizes. Cool. I got a silly prize for your ass. Can you imagine if that was your girl and your ex? You crushed.
Bro, I'm crying.
What they say? I can't breathe.
You got asthma suddenly.
Now
you wake up, you got asthma.
That's one of them I can't breathe moments, nigga. Because what? Yo, you out of all people, you could have popped out with a Russell Wilson type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, you know what?
So you there's no room for imagination. You know what's going down, bro.
Ooh, and a nigga imagination is his worst enemy. Boy,
I got asthma for you.
Hey,
nigga.
you cheat on a girl cheat on you, you get to thinking about anything. So you suck this. Now you thinking like, damn, she probably sucked it from the back, from the side. Like she probably did something. Like now you just thinking all type of crazy stuff. So imagine
This episode went so unhinged.
she pop out with Stephon Diggs. What's going on in this nigga mind? Like, damn.
Well,
Just imagine a nigga drilling. Yes. That's why I don't play with that cheating shit. Cause think about everything. Think about it, bro. Everything that it's for my men in relationships. I'm gonna help you out so you can stay faithful. Just imagine for all my freak nasty niggas out there, right? Everything you want to do to that chick, right? She fire. I'm about to do. Right? Just flip it. Just flip it. Just flip it. And just imagine a nigga doing that to your chick. I'm just listen. Men imaginations are our worst nightmares. So all I'm saying is, before you want to step out and be all macho man, be like, yeah, I beat that ussy up.
Just know
it's a nigga somewhere
that's waiting.
who probably bigger than you.
Oh my God.
Literally and figuratively, nigga. Taller than you.
Yo, what's up with this nigga?
More handsome than you. And he had that different spot too. He make a moan differently. Think twice, my nigga. Think twice. I'm just saying. It gotta be said. I'm here for it's 1% better, right? This is gonna help you get 1% better. So before you step out there and think you big bad macho, just know man dingo somewhere over this motherfucker.
Episode over. Nick, cut the whole episode out. Cut this whole segment out.
Just think about it. Doom.
My baby boy, like the nigga baby boy.
My imagination is just think about some girls just laying in the bed and you can see his silhouette, his shadow just doom. Oh
What's wrong with this nigga?
She looking up at the nigga like, yeah, all right. You play if you want to. Just know These girls, they cheating back and they doing it worse.
They gonna do it in the worst way, bro.
And they doing that. Think about it. She don't want to do her wildest imagination with you because she love you. You her baby. But with the side nigga, she willing to go all type of lengths with it. She want two penetrations at the same time.
This nigga is wild.
Hey, she always wanted to try it. She just ain't want to try it with the man she loved because she ain't want you to look at her as a hoe. But now, you play with her feelings all you want. She gonna fulfill all the fantasies that she dreamed of with the nigga that's.
This nigga is crazy.
That nigga from Detroit somewhere. She got a nigga from Detroit, nigga from Chicago.
Nigga from Zimbabwe, nigga fucking you talking about? Flew a nigga in from another country. Take her ass to the world tour. What is you talking about?
Hey, yo, Paul, that's crazy.
She get knocked down on every continent. Yo ass
now
can't
Mr.
breathe.
Mark is coming out of retirement.
Oh my god. All right, I'll say my bad, bro.
That's crazy. But I'm just saying, you gotta think twice before you start doing these things.
I'm saying.
And I know, listen, we joking, right? But on some man time though, like, bro, it get to a point where we get too old for this. Bro, get your little chick, settle down.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Uh-huh.
Because if you do the wrong thing gonna come back to you.
Every time.
Times 10.
And it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
Like, bro.
So back to Cardi. Cardi, think about it. Look, listen how crazy this is. Even if this probably did happen, but even if he ain't pipe her down, right? Her popping out at the Knicks game hurt just as bad. So he might as well slay her. Like, cause now in my mind, the nastiest of the nastiest things happen. I'm like, damn, he probably slutted my heart with one of these. I'm hurt. I'm crying. I'm under my pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I might do? I might file for spousal support too. Cause I need support. I need more. Like
now I got therapy fees.
My music checks ain't hitting hard enough for this.
Now I got therapy fees.
Yes,
okay.
it is expensive. So yeah.
You cause trauma that I gotta go heal for.
Yeah, cause think about it. The chicks I mess with.
Sick.
You don't know these chicks. It ain't like it's something. Think about it. What they say, Cardi B went. They say we go low. Cardi B went to hell. She was like, nah, you play. You want to mess with the randoms? All right, I'm gonna show you random. All right, ain't a nigga that's lit.
Oh my god.
He nice too. It ain't like he's just a random football player. That's crazy. That's hurtful.
This is one of the top receivers in the league, bro.
Y'all gotta stop playing. Stop playing with these chicks, bro.
Nah, dead ass. After God fear women. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
For real.
Like after God fear women.
Yeah, no, for real.
Playing.
No, yeah, playing. You keep playing, you gonna play with yourself. And then you gonna be playing with yourself. Like, that's it. Hey, that's all I'm trying to tell you. Hey, it don't be worth it. It don't be worth it. But no, I mean, yeah, back to Stephon though. Like, yo, man, I just want you to be careful, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just as a black man, you doing your thing, bro. You got Cardi B, bro. You got enough attention. You don't need more. You got Cardi B. But more attention. Niggas be, that's what niggas' problem is. Not saying did it on purpose. Niggas be greedy, bro. They want all the attention. He's like, you know what? I got Cardi B and I'm going to throw some drugs in there. I got Cardi B.
Nigga had everybody looking at him.
I'm going to throw the Pink Dolphins in there too. I got Cardi B and I want everything.
I gotta go see the video again. I gotta go look at the video again. Cause now you done got me. We gotta unpack this whole situation.
He got the pink stuff he put in the blunts. What they call it?
The Tootsie?
The Tootsie. He got that Tootsie. He got that Tootsie. That nigga is wildin', bro.
This nigga is tripping, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yo, have fun, but damn,
man, I really do hope that he doesn't lose his job or nothing over this, though.
Yeah, bro. Come on. Like, you can't make a man lose his job over some motherfucking pill.
Let me see.
Let that man have fun. We need a flag for the music. He is having it. They looking at the camera, bro. Nah, they bugging, bro.
He was looking at the camera?
Nah, but the girl looked back. What a bunch of snow bunnies. Oh, wait. They pulled out the Ziploc?
Yeah.
They is bugging. Prayers up for my guy, man. They just having fun. And in his defense, he ain't take none. I'm just a supplier. Damn, now you getting
distribution charges, nigga.
Damn.
Gonna hit you with a freako. You fuck around, you gonna get hit with a freako.
Damn.
Be careful.
Shit, man. Be praying for my man though, for real. Cause he ain't, and again, like, he ain't do nothing to hurt nobody. Like, they was all having fun. I just want better for him, for real. Like, for real though. And for all like the young niggas out there, like, bro, just be aware of your surroundings for real. Like, cause it ain't nothing to criticize them about.
Speaking of that, also though, is just also be aware of who you're dealing with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain people, that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, know the spaces where you can do that and know the spaces where you can't. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not justifying you live how you live, but like, I mean, we talk about Zion and everything that he's going through. You know what I mean? Just know, you gotta, on a conversation of knowing your celebrity, because Zion, they recently came out, so a Jane Doe is now allegedly accusing him of rape, kidnapped, and being terrorized.
Bro, so again, we had a conversation about like, why can't men like just question things without being villainized or demonized as
being skeptic. Oh yeah.
Yeah, why can't we be skeptical without being demonized as hating all women, what are things like that? Even this, right? I hope it's not true, because we do know it's people out there who do things for the best interest of themselves, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got Tony Busby that's with Mariah Mills now.
Yeah, so we know that, right? So I don't know who this Jane Doe is. I'm hoping it's not true. I'm just saying, looking at the story, I'm like, wow, these are some crazy allegations. And why, true or not, I don't understand the need to do that when you have millions of dollars. When you have a extreme amount of success, you can get it for free. I'm pretty sure it's a chick in the world that you could be like, yo, walk down here, put these, and she would do whatever for you. Why you got to do that?
You know what it is, though? I also feel like it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you have millions of dollars, the one that says no, you feel like, how dare you, right?
Then you should be in jail.
And that's what I'm feeling. That's why I feel like these people are running into that problem. Because
it's R. Kelly.
Like, you have those double-edged sword where it's like you feel like you're untouchable in that abuse of power.
Yes.
So to those people that do have the millions of dollars, that doesn't make you untouchable, bro. And that's 100%. What the conversation needs to be. Is just, go ahead.
No, I'm 100% agree with you, because like even think like Diddy, right? Granted, I do believe that it should be a space where you can learn from it, right? But you deserve some type of jail time. Mm-hmm. So you can learn from these mistakes, not just scot-free, right? Because then you don't learn from your mistakes. People like R. Kelly, people like P. Diddy, like anytime you have power and you abuse it, bro, you should suffer some type of consequence, because you're wrong. You're dead wrong. And I think that's like, that'd be the weirdest thing for me. Because R. Kelly, bro, you're one of the greatest R&B singers of all time. Of all time. Probably second to none. Arguably, if you want to even have the conversation, close to Michael Jackson. Why? Why? You're weird. I don't understand it. P. Diddy, my nigga, there's no way it should be a video of you putting your hands on a woman. Cassidy at that.
Right.
There's no way. You're Sean P. Diddy Combs, one of the biggest influences of our generation. I'm pretty sure you could have a girl walk on 4 legs and bark like a dog if you wanted to. It's no way you're forcing people to do something that they don't want to do. I can't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. So it's like, when I hear these stories, it'd be like, you have to be sick in the head. You need more than jail time. Yeah, you know what I subscribe to. You need your ass whooped, you need jail time, and you probably need to be in an insane asylum. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that, because I am pro, people should be able to learn from their mistakes. We
were just talking about it, yeah.
Except for R. Kelly. Like, that's, for me, children, way too far.
Yeah,
P. Diddy, you're dealing with grown-ups, and yeah, that can be arguable. But I do believe some people should have redemption stories. I do believe that, and ain't nobody gonna make me feel bad about that. Mm-hmm. However, I do think that it should be some form of consequence, extreme consequences, because you put people through some extreme trauma, mm-hmm. right? And so when I hear these stories, I'm like, yo, how could you beat the odds? Mm-hmm. How could you come from the places that you say you come from, have kids, do everything that they said you couldn't do? Look at us. Look at our skin. Look how hard it is for us to do these things. You did it. And you throw it away because you want to be a freak? Not even a freak. You could be a freak. Ain't nothing wrong with being a freak. Be a freak. Do that. What if that's what you want to do? Cool. Do it. Hold people against their will. You want to be a bad person? That's disgusting, bro.
You know what it is? You said something.
That's disgusting.
You said something off mic that that made me think of what Janice said, where she was like, a horny person is a weak person. Mm-hmm. And I really, in these instances, are starting to understand. These are allegations.
Yeah.
Right? For Zion and things of that nature.
And hopefully it's not true.
And hopefully it's not true, right? You know what I'm saying?
And we're going to get back into that conversation too.
But we see that like where lust can lead you.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was funny because like off camera you were like, bro, that video where the guy was like
Masturbate. Listen, fellas. Masturbate. Beat your Jimmy. Get it out the way.
This nigga clip farming at this point.
No, I'm being listen, fellas. Go downstairs by yourself. Have Mr. Wee Wee meet Pamelina as often as possible. Because you need to have a clear mind. And a horny man is in fact a weak man.
No, for sure.
And listen, bro, I don't care what nobody say. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about beating your Jimmy Mac. Because beating your Jimmy Mac is going to save you a ton of problems. And y'all might be laughing, but I'm dead serious, bro. And I promote this, bro. I promote this because we gotta stop cursing because they be flagging the hell out this be pissing me off. But yeah, bro, beat your Jimmy Mac. Do it often. If you gotta do it twice a day, do it twice a day. I don't care what they say. Let them judge you all you want because that's gonna save you a lot of trauma, a lot of trouble, bro. Because a lot of these instances, these things happen because niggas is horny. They too horny. You need to relax. But you relax by beating your Jimmy Mac. I'm just like,
serious.
I'm dead ass, bro.
I know you serious.
I'm dead ass.
I know you are.
Because like I was talking about the meme. Post nut clarity is real. The nigga won the lottery. They was like, so what you gonna do with it? He was like, give me a second. He took the lotion. I need to make the decision with a clear mind, right? Like anytime somebody asks him a hard question, he take the lotion. Give me a second. I gotta make the decision with a clear mind. And yeah, it's a joke, it's a meme, it's a video, all that, but that's real. Like, granted, you shouldn't be that extreme. You shouldn't need to beat your dick every
every decision.
You should not do that. But I'm just we joking. So you know what I'm saying? Like for real though, fellas. Like, bro, just do that. Or get you one little chick that's always with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Get you one little chick that's always, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man.
You call up, she with it anytime. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get you. But even in that sense, you might have to beat your Jimmy Mac. Cause she might be tired one day. And you can't make her feel bad because that's coercion. You
don't do that.
Right. You can't try to force it on her because she always want to do it because that's rape. So you still might have to go back to what? Beating your Jimmy Mac. I'm just saying. No, for real. Jokes aside though. Like, and I know we talk about the Bible and I'm human too. And sometimes we gotta get in where we finna. But I'm not saying it to promote sexual immorality. I'm not. I'm really saying it to and hopefully save some of our young men from going down a path that they shouldn't go down, right? And another thing is, like going back to Zion Williamson, hopefully these accusations is false, right? Because this is not a laughing matter. Hopefully it's false. However, we do have to have some discernment in who we deal with. And I know things happen, but bro, when you get in this type of money, it's things you can put in place to protect yourself. You don't have to just deal with any chick. You don't. You're a millionaire. It's a million women who will be dying to just be in the room with you.
But more importantly, you don't have to sleep with every bad joint that you come across just because you have the money now.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think that's really what it is. I can't say this about Zion, bro, but like, I think a lot of people aren't used to it. You know what I'm saying?
We not.
Like, there's a lot of people that aren't used to getting women on any scale.
Bro, it's levels to everything. Think about it like this, because I used to always think like, man, I had my fun, right? I done did what I'm good. Until you reach another level of success. Then you think you lit until you reach another level of success. It's like, damn, I thought I was having my way. Yeah, and then you
really having your way.
Right? Think about it. It's different between having your way as a, we been struggling, right? Niggas been broke before. And somehow, some way, niggas always still was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always had that bravado about me, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Then you start making six figures. It's like, damn, so I was this way broke. Now I got a little bit of money.
You attracting a different class of women.
Now you attracting a different class of women. And then you go from 6 figures to $1 million. It's like, damn. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. So it's like, again, that's why I said I don't want to be judgmental because it's easier to fall into these holes, but we got to have more self-discipline. We got to have just more discernment. Well, and we need people around us, this village of people, this community of people who can talk to us. But what happened is a lot of times we're the first in our family. So now little bro turned into big bro because of the money. And that's real. So now everybody looking to you to make decisions. So when I make decisions for you, how dare you try to make a decision for me when it comes to my life? I do what I want. But no, we got to get back to that old school family. I don't give a damn how much money you got. You get your ass whooped if you don't listen to old Big Mama in the house. You feel me? We need to get back to that.
You want to whoop your ass and your millions.
and I'm going to take your money and put you on punishment. Tell you can't spend it until you act right.
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say? We need some more of that because, well, we can't continue to see our young men fall to these situations. And yeah, granted, some of them could just be nasty, bad individual. But again, it go back to community. Because the community get a bad individual right real quick. What they say, good company corrupt, bad company corrupts good character.
Yeah, good fruit, yeah.
Let me show you how some good act right treat the bad fruit. What you talking about? That good act right get your mind right real quick. You need some good act right in your life, for real.
Episode over, bro. What?
I'm just saying, bro. We need to take it back to them good old fashioned ass whoopings.
I think to button this up.
I can't button it up. I'm sorry. This is real, and it need to be real. I'm tired of these, bro. How old is this man? 24, bro. Mm-hmm. Come on, bro. Like, come on, dog.
But it's sad though because like, I think what Zion was more unfortunate about his career is like you were number 1 overall pick, can't stay healthy. So like, outside of you not being able to play basketball, a lot of what has been recently attached to your name is stuff off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? So like you already can't play. And it's crazy though because when healthy,
a dog.
This nigga is one of the most dominant players on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a known fact. When healthy, he's going to like it's crazy. So it's just unfortunate that right now you can't play. You haven't played in who knows how long, and now you just have all these consistent allegations like that are constantly around your name. But
yo, and I'm not trying to sound like I hope I don't sound like I'm like trying to like bang the hammer down on them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying it because I care. Like I don't want our young men to continue to go through these problems, bro. Like that's why I say what I say, and I need niggas to understand, bro, because some mistakes are too costly to make.
We said that last episode.
Bro, it's not worth it, bro. Like, bro, you changing your family, the trajectory of your family forever, bro. You know how many people wish they can do that? Mm-hmm. Wish they can be in your shoes, bro? And we gonna throw it away because we want to be at a party? I don't know. Again, messing with some snow bunny? I like, bro, come on, man. Like, bro.
I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole because they gonna cancel me.
I'm just real, bro. Like, I don't want that to happen to none of my people, bro. Like, and it's happening. We see it happening too many times, bro. Like, it's happening too many times.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unfortunate. But, you know, prayers up to all parties that are affected. Again, we hope it's not true, but if it is, bro, you got to just deal with the consequences. And I pray that you get the help that you need, on, and the young lady gets the help and the support that she needs as well.
And like I said, anybody that's doing this, they need 3 things. A good old-fashioned ass whooping, some jail time, and an insane asylum. Because you're truly insane. You're a millionaire, bro. But you kidnapping somebody?
We feel like the money just exposes it, though. That's the thing. It's just like that very much may be true. You might be insane.
You're a
bro.
sick nigga. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The money's just exposing it because now you have access to it.
Think about kidnapping. Okay, let's say, all right, again, the true form of kidnapping. Because I know, like, I've been in relationships. So some women they get the spilling out.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just saying, they spill out anything, bro. Like, we driving, no, we going to have this conversation. Oh, my God, he getting. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying the true form of these things, the true form of rape, the true form of kidnapping. If somebody's actually doing these things, bro, you're sick. You're sick. But also, if you're a woman out here falsely accusing the people of these things, you're sick too. And you need 3 things. So it ain't just, I'm only speaking this because we having a conversation about men, but let's not get it twisted. If you're a woman out here falsely accusing men of these things, you're sick too, because the way the court system deal with our black men in our society is not right, and you know that. As a woman, you know that. So to falsely accuse anybody of doing these things is sick, bro. Even if you're stretching the truth, you're not right. You're not right, because I've seen situations. You could be in a car. No, I want to have this conversation with da-da-da. Oh, my God, he kidnapped me. Shut up. No, you don't even play like that. You trying to, because we're not about to act like it don't happen. You trying to get a chick off you. Oh, my God, he put his hands on me. Come on, bro. Tough. I don't like that, bro.
It's tough.
I don't like that. And we can't just, I'm not about to sit up here and just talk about it and, like, cape for these women. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, because it's some women out there who do these nasty things to men. And it's nasty. And you need 3 things just like these men needed. Your ass whoop, some jail time, and an insane asylum.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it. I mean, not to go on a history lesson, but Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? This has been happening forever. You had the Central Park 5. I mentioned it before. You know what I mean? You have examples of men that have been exonerated that people just point the finger at them, no DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, so we have examples of people that have been wrongly accused and their lives will never be the same.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing. So it's just like, and what I think, not to go on too far down a tangent, but what's unfortunate is that it messes it up for people that actually are going through it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So now we do have the question. And now we have women feeling like they're not protected or they're not seen because we've seen it happen where men were lied on.
It's a slippery slope.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, again, we're just praying that it's not true, but if it is.
It goes back to us, though, bro. We got to be the master of our fate, the captain of our soul. Mm-hmm. We got to have discernment of the people that we deal with. And that's why I say it goes back to you, Zion. Like, and again, I'm hoping it's not true, but just be careful the people that you associate with because, bro, one mistake can cost you your life, bro. And it ain't worth it, bro. So prayers up for Zion. I hope this stuff ain't true. If it is true, I hope the young lady get the justice that she deserves because she deserves it as well. But, man, yeah, that's unfortunate.
Very much so. That's really it. Last topic. Larry Hoover was commuted by Donald Trump this week.
Donald Trump is funny as I don't know what, boy. He is funny as... First of all, you could have left that man in the feds, bro. He probably was doing great on his little island, his little vacation. You going to exonerate that man of his federal charges for him to go to jail and have to be with the real goons? I never been to jail, but I heard the feds, you want to get your phone.
Club feds.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Club feds.
You know what I'm saying?
You going to take him to the state penitentiary
at
at 75?
It's insane.
In Chicago?
You thinking you did something. You got these people running around here like, yeah, man. Shout out to Donald Trump, man. Donald Trump is the biggest finesse con artist.
This is in Chicago. GDs. And you got the rival gangs and everything. There's a young nigga in there that's lurking, trying to get his name right. I could take out the founder.
But also, listen, I ain't scared of y'all. Let's stop putting free before the niggas that actually did things.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, bro. Like, let's do some little research first. I ain't about to speak on it because I don't know if whatever, I don't know. But a lot of niggas be like, yo, free my man, he a rapist. Nigga, no. Free my man, he a murderer. He murdered like 10 people. Keep him inside. The world is a better place without him. Not saying this is pertaining to Larry Hoover, but people it be law-abiding citizens, regular civilians every single day like free such and such. You don't even know half about the case. Talking about hollering free such and such.
So some people argue that he was unfairly targeted by the law enforcement and his rights were violated. And they said in the community he was viewed as like a Robin Hood figure. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was just like kind of like the
stealing from the rich, giving to the poor.
Where it's just like, I mean, right and wrong in the same place. So it's like, doing the right thing, but the wrong way about it. Like, it's tough.
What I will say is I don't know too much about his legacy, but even if he was, like, I'm gonna just be fair. If he was stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, right? He got arrested at 20-something, and he's 70-something now? Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say sometimes your legacy is bigger than your life, but at 20-something, 50 years, that's crazy, bro.
I need you to understand, though.
That's crazy.
How much Donald Trump didn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many years on his state sentence?
Like 200. Even with young boy, never broke again, NBA young boy. Boy, my man already did his time. He is outside living his life.
Bro about to go on tour.
You partying this man. Where were you when I was in the box? I'll party.
Again, the only person.
He want to put his name next to our prominent figure so he can get some clout. Man, we on to you.
The only person that he partied while that was going through it was Kodak Black. That's the only person.
My name Kodak Black, but
see me. Let
me be serious.
We need to pray for Kodak, dog.
Yo,
we need to pray for Kodak.
Yo, what's going on? It hurt my heart, bro.
Do you see the On the Radar joint?
I ain't see that, but I ain't gotta see that to want to pray for him.
Man, it's bad.
It's bad, bro.
We got, and it was the On the Radar freestyle, and he kind of talked about like he alluded to having a meth addiction in the line. And people heard that and was just like, man, this is crazy. But he's so talented. Like, he was flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy because even in that, like, you could see his eyes and everything dilated, but it was just clear that he's, like, battling heavy drug addiction.
Yeah, I just want my friends be close to me because I'm going to say this. I know niggas going to judge me for this. My homies, for real, because they hate when I talk about this. Geminis are special, bro. But hit me out, though. Hit me out. But stay close to me because you know how I look at it. I'm not exempt from nothing. I'm no bigger than the program at all. So when I look at all these Geminis, it's like, niggas be talented, but they always go super left.
Yeah.
Like, keep me
grounded.
Yeah, keep me on, like, keep a hold of me.
No worry, we got you.
Because I'm just thinking about it. Nick, every Gemini, what was it, Lauryn Hill? One of the most talented, dropped one project, she go on tours being late, she ain't never showing up. It's like, yo, like, why can't you just be normal? Like you can't just be Kodak Black, Donald Trump, Kanye West. It's like, bro, the only one nigga that's showing us normal for now is Kendrick Lamar. Like, Tupac. Think about all of it. Like, niggas are crazy.
You think Tupac went left?
Yes! Tupac was a good person. Now you want to move to LA and be thug life and do all this. I know the Tupac fans going to hate me for this.
Oh, my God.
You were a good guy. You went to Baltimore School for the Arts. A very educated guy. Now you're thug. Cut it out, bro. Yo. Very much so. He lived the life, though. He did great being a thug. Why? Unnecessary, bro. Biggie barely a Gemini, so I ain't really talking about Biggie. But
he was one, though.
He was on cuff, I think. Like 21st, his birthday was like something like that. But I'm just saying, like, I know it's crazy we talking to it. I know we shouldn't be doing it. But I mean, if you think about all this, like most of these niggas go left.
I'm trying to, now I got to look at Gemini birthdays.
Think about it, bro. Like,
I'm going to go through a list of Gemini celebrities and not everybody.
Name them. I just named them. Tupac, Kanye West, Lauryn Hill. Granted, Lauryn Hill ain't go crazy, but it's like
Angelina Jolie.
Nigga, she played Mrs. and Mrs. She played Tomb Raider.
I don't even know who this is. Hold up.
She played Salt.
Laverne Cox.
I don't think I know that. That sounds familiar though. The
Aquafina.
trans girl. Of course, it sounds like a Gemini.
Aquafina.
That's crazy.
Take that out.
Niggas got both sides.
Take that out.
Yo, that's. Hey, yo. All right, go.
All right, Kanye, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's
gonna be a matter of time.
Mary-Kate and Ashley. I'm not making my case any better.
Bro, it's bad, bro. All super talented. Crazy with it.
Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap, but
yeah.
Damn. I mean, oh, wow. Let me stop. God forgive me. I was about to go somewhere. Hey, yo. All right, yo. 1%, 1% better show. Yo, that was crazy.
Why this nigga start rubbing his eye? He start rubbing your eye.
Hey, yo, I ain't even. Bro, 1% better show, bro. I really got allergies, bro. 1% better show. Alexander Blanc.
Mr. J. Hill.
It was fun while it lasted, man. Please don't cancel this.
It's a wrap.